Hello, Rambler virtual families. It is Mr. Mead, and it's really great to be seeing you here on Friday. Got a whole bunch of things to talk about. I'll do it as quickly as I can so you're not stuck watching a video of me talking on a beautiful Friday afternoon. Okay, first of all, some great news. Pictures are in. If your kids got their pictures taken, you're welcome to come pick those up in the office if you ordered some. And also, the workbooks are in. And so if you have not already picked up your spelling and your composition books, those should be waiting for you here at the office, or you can reach out to me, and we would like to get those to you as soon as possible. I did have some families ask, now that those books are here, how much should we be doing? Do we have to turn them in to you at the end of the year, at the end of the semester? And it's really up to you. Those are supplemental materials. That is not something that I will be including on the report card. And so what I was imagining was that every day you do a page or maybe two. The spelling is kind of guided by week. You've got a week at a time. But the composition book for writing is designed to be one a day. And then the handwriting, you could do that once a week, practice handwriting. You could do it. I would recommend a little bit every day and see how long. I mean, some kids really love handwriting, and they like to work on that for maybe half an hour every day. And then when it's done, maybe I'll find them another handwriting book. I'll get them, if they're a third grader, I'll give them the fourth grade book or something like that. Just keep me posted. But that's really up to you and your family, how you'd like to handle that. Okay, I've had some really good conversations with some families about math this week. And I know that math has been a struggle in some areas. Fifth graders, you guys, it kicked you off right away with order of operations. Which may not have been optimal, but that's how it ended up working out. So I appreciate you slugging through that. But at all levels, I've had some people express some concerns that kids are struggling, and a lot of it seems to revolve around not knowing basic math facts with multiplication and division specifically. And so over the next few weeks, I'm going to be trying to roll out some additional resources. If you would like to get your Rambler practicing some multiplication and division, or if you're a kindergarten first, second, if you'd like to help them learn their math facts, you know what? I will send that out with this video so that you can download some really simple, they're old school dittos kind of thing that I would have used or that you probably used when you were at school, but I've found them to be really, really helpful. In the Common Core era, and I'm not a Common Core basher at all. I know that some people love to bash Common Core on Facebook. But a lot of the emphasis has moved away from rote memorization so that kids understand what math is actually doing. And I think that that's a good thing. Just memorizing facts and not understanding how it works or why it works is not the best. But there's still also a huge advantage to knowing your math facts. And so I'll be providing some resources for you and probably be talking to you about that over the next several weeks and really for the rest of the year to help you make sure that your child is prepared to do some of the tougher math, because if you don't know your math facts, then doing math becomes a lot more difficult. Okay, I've had some kids who have made the mistake of rushing through an assignment and getting a lousy grade on a quiz. And that can happen to all of us. I've done that myself sometimes. But you want to be careful and make sure it doesn't happen too often, because right now I don't have the ability to unlock a quiz and give you another attempt. I'm seeing if I can do that, because I'm not opposed to that. If someone didn't understand something the first time and they understand it now, I'd like to give them another chance. But right now I don't have the capacity of doing that with the system. So just do be careful of that. Also, people have asked, can you unlock a lesson so I can go look at it again? As of right now, I can't. So I'm checking with the company to see if that's possible. And I finally did. For the first time today, I got someone at the company to email me back, and we've got a dialogue. So Tyler is his name. I'll be asking him some of the questions that I've been getting for the last few weeks. So, yeah, so we're excited about that. Now, about the grade book. If you're having trouble pacing your kids or your child in the program, I've got some great news that I thought that people saw, but a lot of people didn't know that it was there. When you log into the system and go to the grade book, it will show you the grades in their subjects and also, the grades on the individual assignments. But it will also show you what percent of the work they have finished. So, for example, if I'm in fourth grade and I go into the grade book, which is right on the home screen on the left-hand side, It will show me all 4 of my subjects: math, science, social studies, and language arts. If I click on language arts, it will show me all the grades that I have so far. And at the bottom, it will show me the percent that I have complete. Now, because we've got about 8 weeks in each quarter, every week they should be finishing about 12% more of their course. So with this being the 3rd week of school, they should be finished with about 36% of their assignments so far. If they're less than that, that means that they're falling behind. They might want to spend a little more time on it this weekend. If there's more that they're finished, that means that they're doing really well. And they're welcome to finish early. It's okay to finish early, but I really caution kids not to fall behind, because when you fall behind, you'll end up having to do all kinds of extra work or getting a grade that you don't want at the end of the marking period. Okay, one last thing I wanted to talk about that's come up with a lot of families is Edgenuity or Pathblazer getting glitchy at different times in the day, or it will log you out, or the screen turns white, or just weird stuff happening. So if you're experiencing that, one thing that I have found is that seems to go by subject, if that makes sense. Try to imagine for a minute that everybody in the country wakes up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and everybody goes into Pathblazer, and for some crazy reason, they all decide to work on math at the same time. The math server on Pathblazer is going to get really, really bogged down because everybody's doing math at that period. But if you stopped doing math and jumped over to language arts or to science, it's using a different server, and then all of a sudden, it's not so busy. And so if you're finding that, if you're trying to finish a science lesson and you've done it twice and it keeps kicking you out or something like that, try to jump over to math and finish science later. It's just a simple trick, but until this company can build up their capacity, I think that they personally need to buy more servers because they've got a lot more customers now. But I'll tell Tyler that the next time I talk with him. Okay, thanks so much, everybody. Next week is our first normal week with almost no testing. I've only got 2 more tests to make up. Two students who need to do a test apiece. Should take no problem at all for me. So I'll be really hitting communication hard. I've also canceled the communication appointments. I've started canceling those, the ones that I made a month ago, because it's just not going to work that way. The state has made some changes. So what I'm looking to do is Monday and Tuesday try to communicate with every single family, every single student, Monday and Tuesday. And then again on Wednesday and Thursday. I have found that with the number of kids that I have, it basically takes me 2 days to work through everybody. And so that's just about the number of days in a week. So whether it's a text message or a phone call, I've been trying to use FaceTime a lot more, and we've had a lot of fun with that. But I'll mostly be communicating on Monday and Tuesday. And then I'll start over and communicate with everybody again Wednesday and Thursday. And then as long as I get that documented, we'll be in good shape in terms of meeting the state requirements. So one last thing too, you probably can hear I've got a really stuffy nose. I was actually a little bit concerned. I took 2 sick days on Wednesday and Thursday because I didn't know if I had potentially come down with COVID, because several of my family members also got sick and like, oh dear. So we were kind of self-quarantining a little bit. But my daughter's test came back yesterday, and hers was negative. Still waiting on mine, but it's looking like we just came down with a regular cold, not COVID. But for the last couple of days, if I didn't get back with you really quickly, I really want to apologize for that. I didn't want to advertise the fact that I was sick, because then everybody wants to leave me alone to get better, but I still wanted you to call. So you can always call me. You can always FaceTime me. And if I don't get it, I'll get back with you as fast as I can. And I do apologize if that took a little bit longer over the last couple of days, just because I was feeling under the weather. Thanks so much, Ramblers. Hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Go enjoy some of that blue sky and some of this beautiful fall weather. We'll talk to you soon.